Seth Rollins emerges as the new Paul Heyman guy at WWE WrestleMania 41. Just when we thought we'd seen it all, WrestleMania 41 delivered a twist that no one saw coming. Seth Rollins, the visionary, the architect, the workhorse of WWE, has just aligned himself with the most cunning mind in professional wrestling history, Paul Heyman. And now, the WWE Universe will never be the same. Seth Rollins, the new Paul Heyman guy, WrestleMania 41 shocker. Let's rewind to the weeks leading up to WrestleMania 41. Seth Rollins had been battling more than just opponents. He was fighting through injuries, mind games, and the creeping shadow of irrelevance. The World Heavyweight Champion had been holding down Raw with pride, but something was missing. Fans noticed the wear and tear. The visionary had lost some of that spark. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns, still ruling as the tribal chief on SmackDown, was heading toward his own colossal clash, possibly the end of his historic run. Paul Heyman, he was still in Reigns' corner, loyal, or so we thought. Back on Raw, Seth's WrestleMania path wasn't clear. Drew McIntyre, already occupied. Gunther, focused on his own legacy. Cody Rhodes, destined for his final chapter with Roman. That's when everything changed. In early March, Seth Rollins was blindsided, literally, by a masked attacker during a main event match. The lights dimmed. A figure dressed in all black, hoodie up, stormed the ring, took Rollins out with a brutal F5 and vanished. The internet exploded. Was Brock Lesnar back? Was it a returning NXT star? Speculation ran wild, but it wasn't about who attacked Rollins. It was about why. The following week, Paul Heyman appeared on Raw, for the first time in months. Calm, calculating, and vague as ever. He didn't confirm anything, but his message was chilling. A wise man once told me, to control the future, one must first erase the past. Seth Rollins, your time as champion, is over. The weeks that followed were filled with psychological warfare. Rollins began spiraling. He questioned everything. Vignettes aired, showing old footage, the Shield, the betrayal, the laughs, the blood. Heyman's voice narrated over them. He was never a leader. He was always a pawn waiting for someone else to take control. Meanwhile, Seth's matches grew more intense, more desperate. He defended the World Heavyweight Championship in brutal contests against Finn Balor and Bronson Reed, holding on by a thread. And yet, Paul Heyman lingered, just outside the frame, just outside Seth's mind, whispering doubt into the WWE Universe. Then came the reveal. At WrestleMania 41, Seth Rollins would defend his title, in a triple threat match. Seth Rollins vs. LA Knight versus a mystery opponent chosen by Paul Heyman. WrestleMania 41. The crowd in Las Vegas was electric. Night 2. The second to last match on the card. Seth Rollins entered in full spectacle, draped in gold, fireworks booming, cape trailing, the crowd singing, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." Then came LA Knight, Mr. WrestleMania himself by now, ready to brawl and claim his first world title. And then, silence. The lights dropped, a single spotlight hit the stage, and out walked Paul Heyman. Alone, with a microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And tonight, I introduce to you, the future of professional wrestling, the man who will burn it down and rebuild it in my image, Seth Freakin Rollins." Confused gasps. Rollins stood in the ring, motionless. Heyman walked down the ramp. And then, Seth laughed. It was a sinister, unhinged laugh. He embraced Heyman at ringside. The crowd erupted in shock. The match hadn't even started, and the betrayal was complete. Seth Rollins, the champion, was now a Paul Heyman guy. Bell rings. Rollins and LA Knight went to war. Rollins played the same aggressive, methodical style we've seen from Heyman's other clients. Suplexes, submissions, no flash, just violence. Heyman on the outside, barking or.
Seth Rollins condemns Travis Scott's brutal attack on Cody Rhodes at WWE Elimination Chamber PLE. The Elimination Chamber PLE held on March 1, 2025, has become one of the much talked about events in WWE recently, after John Cena, who is currently on his retirement tour, turned heel for the first time in the history of WWE. During the final leg of the event, John Cena was embroiled in a feud, betraying WWE Champion Cody Rhodes when he refused to sell his soul to The Rock. John Cena's vicious attack left Rhodes helpless. Cena turned heel after he joined hands with The Rock and sold his soul to him. This drama did not end there. The final boss and Cena were also joined by US rapper and pop sensation Travis Scott, who was invited to join the ring by Triple H at the Premium Live event. Along with John Cena, Travis Scott also launched a brutal attack against Rhodes, which left him in a pool of blood at the end of the event. The brutal attack by Travis Scott has left Cody Rhodes heavily injured. During the assault, Travis Scott laid a tight slap to the side of Cody Rhodes' head, which perhaps burst his eardrum, and suffered a black eye. However, Rhodes appeared on the latest edition of SmackDown and addressed for the first time about the incident on the show. The undisputed champion has invited John Cena to get embroiled in a feud in the upcoming Show of Shows. Seth Rollins condemns Travis Scott's action at the Elimination Chamber PLE. Several WWE stars have condemned Travis Scott's attack on Cody Rhodes, including Seth "Freakin" Rollins. According to Rollins, Travis Scott took advantage of the situation and attacked Rhodes brutally. He condemned the action in an interview on WFNA. Seth Rollins commented on the situation and stated that Travis Scott didn't belong in the ring as he was unaware of the business and didn't have the traditional knowledge about the craft. Rollins in the interview said, "I have mercy on Travis Scott. That is not a man that needs to be in a wrestling ring with these giant humans. No offense to him, but he's a cruiserweight, brother. He can wrestle Rey Mysterio, maybe. He doesn't know what he's doing in there. He just whacked him in the side of the head, gave him a big OL bruise, busted him open, just awful. If Cody gets his hands on him, it's done and dusted." He further added, "Cody isn't like Braun Strowman or Andre the Giant. He's not a massive guy, but he dwarfs Travis Scott. If he can get through Travis's team of people, it's game over for him. Cody is a very nice guy, I won't speak on his behalf, but he has an undercurrent of frustration in there, especially when he gets taken advantage of in a situation like that." "Absolutely," said Rollins. Source via Fightful. Not only Seth Rollins, previously Dave Meltzer has also condemned the action and held Scott responsible for Cody Rhodes' injury. As per reports, Travis Scott has been undergoing wrestling training at the school of a WWE legend, dropping a hint that the US rapper might make another feature in one of the upcoming events of WWE soon. It was on the March 7 Friday Night SmackDown that for the first time, undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes addressed John Cena, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and rapper-songwriter Travis Scott, beating him down at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. As the attack was ongoing, Scott grabbed a hold of Rhodes' face and slapped him. It caused some bruising on Rhodes' face that was on display on SmackDown. Jey Uso was asked for his thoughts about the moment while he was on Rosenberg Wrestling. He jokingly questioned if someone forgot to teach Scott how to work slap. USO is gearing up for WrestleMania 41 where he'll be challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey is scheduled to be in action on the 3/10 Monday Night Raw at Madison Square Garden. He'll be taking on Grayson Waller in singles competition.